Hi, I'm Ramona Werst with the Real Texas Blog, and we have gone to Groomer Seafood and picked up our $6.95 live Maine lobster. And look at these beautiful lobsters. They are about 1.5 pounds each. We did weigh them, and the reason you need to know how much they weigh is because that will affect their cooking time. Now in this size pot, I'm only going to be cooking 5 lobsters at a time. I'm using 2 tablespoons of sea salt per quart of water. You want the water to be really salty, and don't worry, it's not going to affect the taste of your lobster, but you do want them to be as close to salt water as you can when you're cooking them. You'll bring it up to boil, and I tell my little lobsters we're getting their hot tub ready. Then you'll go ahead and you'll take your lobster, you're going to leave the rubber bands on the claws, and you're going to dip him down and drop him into the boiling water head first. That way he doesn't really feel it that much or that long. He just goes in and goes to sleep, and then we eat him and we have lobster treat. You'll want to cook them 15 to 20 minutes. Because I've got 5 going in and they're 1.5 pounds, I'm going to take it up to the 20-minute mark. Now you'll want them to turn a bright red color, but don't do your timing just on them turning bright red, because the larger lobsters will turn bright red very quickly. That doesn't mean they're done. Go ahead and take it up to your 15 to 20 minutes per 1.5 pounds. We're going to do these 20 minutes. We're going to set the timer. What you don't want is you don't want it to be a see-through color lobster meat. That's a raw lobster, and you don't want to eat that. You don't want it to be overdone, because then it's going to taste like rubber. So we're going to put our timer on for 20 minutes. We're going to put them in head first, and actually I have a confession to make. I'm not going to be the one that's going to put them into their hot tub. David has to. I can't do it. So I'm going to be the filmer, and he's going to go ahead and introduce our little lobsters into their nice hot water tub.
David Werst here with Real Texas Blog, and these are Ramona's recipes, and these are fantastic lobsters from Groomer Seafood in San Antonio. They're the largest seafood distributor in San Antonio, and probably one of the very largest in the state. Okay, here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Now we are going to put the lid on, and as you could tell, the water was boiling. We're going to set our timer for 20 minutes, and then we'll be back. Our lobsters have been in the water for 20 minutes, and as you can tell, they are now bright red. I'm going to take these out of the boiling water, and then I'm going to show you how to prepare and eat a Maine lobster. To prepare and eat your lobster, I have in the microwave melted some real butter. You can use just nut crackers. And then I did steal this from Joe's Crab Shack, but it's got a little hook on it. And the first thing you'll want to do is take off the rubber bands. Now some of the rubber bands may have come off in the boiling, but that's okay. If they didn't, you just want to take those off. And then you'll want to remove their claws, and the way you do that is they just snap off. To remove the tail, you're going to take the body, and it's hot, that's why I'm using a paper towel, and you're going to bend and twist the tail, and the tail will fall off. If you just pull the tail off quickly, you'll end up losing this one little piece of meat that's hanging right there, and it's still a good piece. Then what you'll do is you're going to grab your fins, and you're going to take those off. Oops, messy little guy. And then you're going to hold the tail out straight, taking your finger and pushing the meat out, and you'll end up with a full tail. Now, a lot of people consider this green stuff, which is actually the lobster's liver, a delicacy, and they spread it on bread, or they spread it on crackers, or they just eat it. I prefer not to. And now what you do is you want to take the top off your lobster tail, and you'll do this kind of like you're doing a shrimp. But you'll just take the top off, and what that's doing is that's taking out his digestive vein, and it tastes a lot better. You can eat it, it's okay, but just know that you can devein it just like a piece of shrimp. Now all you do is you break it apart, dip it in butter, and enjoy. Oh, there is nothing better than eating fresh cooked lobster. This is delicious. Let me show you how to do a claw. To get your claw meat, you're going to use your crackers, or you can just pull it off. But you pull it out at the joint, and you notice that a little bit of meat did come out. Now this white stuff that comes out is the fat, and you can either eat it or not, doesn't matter. But see, I did get a little chunk of meat right there. I'd want to save that. I'm going to take the bottom part of the claw, whoops, and pull it out like this. And then I'm going to use the crackers and take it on the wide part like this. And you just want to crack it a little bit. You don't want to pulverize it. You open it up, and you can wipe off the little fat pieces, or you can eat them. Doesn't taste bad. And there you have it. It's a full claw. Just dip that in butter, and yum again. Again. This is delicious. I'm Ramona Werst with Real Texas Blog, and this is how you properly prepare and eat your lobster. And believe me, it gets a lot messier than this, because pretty soon I'll have butter all over me.